Press the button.
Yeah.
See if it goes over. Sure, it takes a bit. Good.
Nope, still says stream starting now.
Stream starting soon still. Oh, we're good.
We are live. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we're live. Let's get into this. This is a BIA Gamecast.
Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in Arms. Talk about games. And I'm Crazy Mate Gaming.
And I'm Infinite AA. Hello, everyone.
Let's get into it. So the first one we're going to talk about, probably a lot of big deal to some people. But Cyberpunk delayed again for another.
Yeah, it's the chopping
weeks.
block delay, but at least this time it's only 21 days, so 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Instead of what was that, 6 months before, 6-7 months that it was delayed before. Yeah, here's an article I got on it, on GameSpot, written by Timur. Anyways, says Cyberpunk 2077 delayed again. New December 10th release date. Cyberpunk another 3 weeks. Huh?
So, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
Well, I think they obviously had crunch, and the issue where people were talking about crunch, and that was a big thing, you know. So with that, they were trying to push out the game, and it's apparently hit goal, but it's still got to ship it on multiple platforms. And I guess the issue with shipping on multiple platforms with the cross-gen stuff and new platforms and making it compatible with all these and PC and Stadia, and who knows, it probably will end up coming to Amazon Luna too. But the compatibility issue actually is one thing where they had to test versions. You know, the game's gold, it's not gold on every single console or
every
PC,
platform. Yeah.
every platform. Yeah, so they just wanted an extra 3 weeks and to push it out. I think that it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest. If it was another 3 months or another 6 months, I'd be like, okay, but it's not. So, I mean, we're not having the same thing happen with this game as we did with like The Last of Us Part 2, where there was a couple delays. This is
delayed indefinitely, or Halo
yeah,
Infinite, where it's delayed to said we don't know, even with that one.
I know. It's just, but also like I can see people's point of view. Like they're like, "Hey, why didn't you just set it for December 10th in the first place instead of, November 19th?" But
It is
I
kind
think
of
ultimately,
it is kind of weird. It's like they keep delaying it. Like it was supposed to come out like earlier this year, and then they just delay and another delay and another delay. At
right?
that point, it's like I don't. It's like you've delayed it so much. Are they going to delay it again after? Because it. I mean, yeah, it still comes out before Christmas. Still technically holiday season, and I think that they want it out this year.
Oh yeah.
And I think it'll be good. They're just trying to. I think they're trying to iron out everything, which is good. I don't believe there is such thing as a bad delay of a game, because you want the best product possible. But they keep like getting our hopes up, and they're like, it comes a point after every so many delays, you're like, okay, can we get it already? And what's going on here? Why are there so many
Yeah,
delays?
two delays. Well, two delays is what I've seen. So there is that, like there's some delays, and is there something going on with the game that we don't know? Is it like Is it worrisome? Honestly, I don't really think it is. I think it'll come out on December 12th. I think it'll sell really well. I think the game's better off for the delays it's had. I think it does suck. Yeah, it does suck. People want to play this game. Like, I can wait. I can wait to play it longer than like I'm not even gonna get on release day. I'll probably get it sometime next year. I can maybe next summer or something. I can sink the time into the game and only play that game for a while. But I don't know. Probably sometime before Halo Infinite comes out. But yeah,
I could wait too. Like I don't have a problem. And seeing on Twitter and these people that are sending death threats to the developers, I know
no,
where
that's
you
just
live.
horrible.
That's unacceptable. If you're
Yeah, that's just
so
horrible.
it, we're better than that as gamers, as a community. We're all
Good.
gamers, and you gotta have some patience. Just because of a game hasn't come out yet, you're sending death threats. That's unacceptable. You can
It's pretty
wait,
stupid.
and you want the best product possible. Do you want Cyberpunk to come out and then have a ton of bugs that are game breaking and you lose the immersion? That's CD Projekt Red wants you to be immersed in this game. They want the best
Yeah,
product
they do.
possible to come out, and they're gonna do whatever. It doesn't matter about the delays. They'll delay it for however long they need, and you really shouldn't care. You should wait. You should be patient. There's like not very many games that are coming out right now that are out. New games are out right now. We've hit another dry spell, but it's always a backlog. Everybody's got one.
Well, I will say that we can get into the topic of all the delays that have happened this year, and we can talk about Halo Infinite because I get where people come from if they're upset. They're like, another delay. What the hell's going on? Like, I just want to play this game. Like, we are in a pandemic. I'm not gonna
It is
like
it is
gonna kind
2020.
of talk over that a little bit, but I'm not gonna go too in depth. Everyone knows what this year has been like. It's not. It's just one of those things. I was really not very happy about the Halo Infinite delay, and it took me a time to be like, hey, yeah, the game's probably gonna be better off. I was just really excited to play it. You're hyped. I was hyped for Halo Infinite. I was so excited for November to get the Series X, and I was gonna get Halo Infinite. I was obviously through Game Pass, but I was gonna buy the Series X. I was gonna play Halo Infinite, and I just knew that was most likely gonna be my game of the year since I love Halo. But it's delayed. It's not my game of the year anymore because it's not coming out this year. So perfectly fine. I mean, it sucks, but it's better off for it. There's been a lot of delays, and that's one of them. Any other you can think of?
Well, there's the Naughty Dog, but with Last of Us 2, but that's already out. That got
Yeah, that was
delayed.
like
Uh,
that got delayed and then came out in June.
there's probably more. There's not I really can think of that are like
All right, let's go
as big
through it.
as that.
Okay, Deathloop on the PS5. That Bethesda game that got delayed. That was going to come
Yeah,
out. Most likely going to come out with the console with PlayStation 5, but that got pushed to 2021, quarter 2 of 2021. So that's one game that we saw some. There wasn't a massive hype cycle. It hasn't been like Cyberpunk 2077 when math with the big hype cycle and stuff. But that's one game. Dying Light 2, that game that was shown off first in E3 2019, right? That game was supposed to come in the spring. It just got pushed, and it's indefinitely right now. So anyone who's excited for Dying Light 2, we're not going to be playing that game anytime soon. And indefinitely. So we already talked about Halo Infinite.
yeah. I was
Some
thinking, Dying Light. That I wanted to play that, but I wasn't really like sure. I don't recall. I didn't follow up on really the news of that,
dude.
but I can wait.
Yeah. Well, those are some games. There's some more. Like we got Psychonauts 2 was going to come out this year. That's been pushed to 2021. Yeah, the World of Warcraft Shadowlands was a big one that was supposed to come out this year, and they don't exactly know when it's going to come out. Well, I think
The year of delays. But like,
yeah.
there's no such thing as a bad delay. You want the best game possible, especially for me. It's like
Well,
just some simple
okay,
things can be,
Shadowlands is out now.
yeah,
Well,
some
no,
some
it's
simple things can be game breaking for me. Like uh,
right.
a broken achievement, because usually when I play a game, I try to go for achievements and get as much achievements as possible. And when I put all this time in a game and I can't get an achievement because it's broken, because there's bugs in the game that don't allow me to get there, or it just won't give it to me, I stop playing it, and I'll most likely never go back to it. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So you want a good, well done product out that's polished, immersive, and with as little bugs as possible. It's not likely to get rid of every single bug, but to just delay your game a couple weeks to really just iron it out. And in my opinion, I am a huge fan of betas. To give it out to the public, to fine tune it and actually be able to pinpoint problems that you wouldn't be able to with just your studio team testing it.
That is true. Out there, the whole thing with the Halo Master Chief Collection and all the internal testing they did, it wasn't enough for the outside world. You come in, right, and it wasn't enough at all. So you need betas. That's important. Yeah. Delays are going to happen sometimes. That's also something we got to understand as gamers. Sometimes delays happen, and we can't be thinking bad about delays all the time. Like, oh my gosh, the game got delayed. This is horrible, type of thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's all right.
It is what it is. It's like, what, honestly, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna throw a tantrum and send death threats to people because of your most
Let's hope
hyped
not.
games? Not, yeah. I hope not. Sadly, it's happening, and there's so many games out there, and it's like, the thing of people don't play old games is, it's a load of crap, because games you never really got to, or that you kind of played a little bit of but want to go back to, you got, everybody has a backlog. Everybody has a backlog. There's no way you're gonna be able to play every single game.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. And
And
there's some pretty hardcore people out there that do play a ton and a ton. Like, but that's
well,
just
it
it
is what it
is.
is. Let's move on to the next thing. What do you got, bro?
Well, let's talk about the PS5s being sent out, like, so anyways, PlayStation has started sending out PlayStation 5s to news sites and certain YouTubers and stuff like that. So we got to see so far we've pretty much just seen the PS5 unboxing, gone through the accessories. Like, I watched MBQHD's video, Marquise Brownlee, watched his video on it, and he did an unboxing on it. The console's big, I'll tell you that much. It's big, but it's got power. I mean, it's not as powerful as the Series X, but it's got power. It's a big console.
That's the thing. It's like, we got. It may not be powerful in the Series X, but that's just is what it is. And I don't think we should really focus on that anymore. The thing we should focus on and really be happy about is the massive leap and jump in power that we do have, that the PlayStation 5 is from the PlayStation 4 Pro. It's still a massive leap. And even
Pro
those,
still has the hard drive. It's still got the hard drive. You have that CPU, the Jaguar Core CPU is so old. They bring out Zen 3. There's Zen 2 CPU cores in the Series X and the PlayStation 5. and they're bringing out Zen 3 on the market. AMD is. So Jaguar cores are old.
Yeah, but you also look at like the little amount of hardcore that there is got to like jump to the Series X or the Xbox One X, I mean, and the PlayStation 4 Pro. The people that have that, it's not going to be as big as of a leap. But there are so many people out there that are still on the base original consoles, the base PlayStation 4, the base
PlayStation 4.
Xbox One. And that difference, leap in difference, is going to blow people away. And it's just even jumping from the base consoles over to even like say the Series S. It's still a massive leap, and people are like, "What's the point of a Series S?" It's like you said, bro. There's still so much people that are on the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
Well, not so much the PS3, I'd say.
There still are those that are, but not as much as say you would say the 360.
I got Call of Duty Ghosts on the PS3, and this was like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I popped it in just to see how many people were playing, and there's still like 1,000 people playing on the game on the PS3. So
yeah,
so there's that.
And having that, it's better all around. I think this console war stuff is.
It gets old. It really does.
It gets old. People take it too far. But just be happy about just everything. We're getting so much for so little. 500, 400, 300. There's so many options.
There's a lot. The thing with the Series S and the Xbox Series X, and then there's the PlayStation 5, and they did something with the digital edition, is they're trying to hit multiple price points, and still be qualified for next gen. High frame rates is a massive thing Xbox is pushing, and then when it comes to load times, that's a thing that PlayStation is pushing hard. Like, you'll get good load times on the Series X, but as far as we know, when it comes to just the on paper, the numbers say that the PlayStation 5 is going to have better load times. We'll see when it comes to like games and side-by-side comparisons, and with the Xbox Velocity architecture versus the Kraken architecture and the different
they definitely put a lot into their SSD. That is for sure.
So that load times is a big thing, It's one of those things where I'm excited for load times. I'm excited for higher frame rates, It's not all about 4K, but 4K is the standard when it comes to these $500 consoles, and when it comes to the $400 digital edition PlayStation 5. 500 is not 500. 4K is the standard. 4K TVs, they're gonna get big. Like, more people are gonna start buying them. Already over the last 3 to 5 years, I'd say at least the last 3 years, you got lots of people started buying 4K TVs, and it's probably about 25% in 2017, and it's probably gone up to, I want to say, about 50% as of now. And this is just me just spitballing. I'm not 100% sure on all the numbers. Don't,
Yeah.
Well, don't say like Infinite A said 50%,
Well, I haven't really watched very much. I haven't kept up so much. I've been so busy. I've been sick. But this year topic, what did you see about that we know differently or know more of because of the videos that people put out with the PlayStation 5?
Well, there is a really cool thing that was leaked, but I didn't know if it was 100% sure, is that if you look at the grips on the PlayStation controller, okay? You want to look at the textured grips of the PlayStation controller, even the little like texture that's on the PS5. That's made out of X's and O's, and triangles and X's, triangles, circles. So it's made out of there.
So the PlayStation 5 that got sent out, that's the retail version, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah.
retail version unboxing shows that what the box is going to come in. I mean, what it's going to come in, what the box is going to look like. What comes with it. Um, the stand. I will say the stand. There is an instruction on how to put the stand on. If you want your console to stay level at all times, you have to use a stand even when it's flat because it does have that waviness to it. That like curve and stuff. So if you want your console to be flat with the PlayStation 5, you need to use the stand, but you can't put it up vertically without the stand either. So I think it just would fall down or something.
Well, I
To
don't think that's a big deal. Like,
eh,
it's
it
console.
depends on
You're
the
not gonna be moving around. Well, some people might, but you're gonna put it in one spot, and it's most likely gonna stay there.
right.
It's for playing games, and one thing that I think is really cool is the panels that you can take off and be able to customize colors or print, and just you still have your console, a naked piece at PlayStation 5, and send your panels out to get a custom skin. I can see a lot of that going on, and that's pretty cool to me. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like a D brand skin or something.
Yeah, where you don't have to. You're not gonna have to send in your console, get it deskinned, get it reskinned, and you're not gonna be able to play it or have anything while you're waiting for that. From
True.
my understanding, that's correct,
Yeah, it
right?
makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and yeah, I believe so. I believe that's correct. They do have the expandable storage that they touched on in that one video where it is expandable. It isn't swapping it out for the one that they had. It's expandable. And if you open up the sides and you get to the expandable storage, that doesn't break any warranty or anything. It's only when you start actually taking it apart farther than that. So we did see a breakdown video, like tear down, like how it's put together, how to take it apart. We saw a video about that, but don't take your PS5 apart unless you want to avoid the warranty. Only thing you can do is get to the SSD slot, take off the two sides, which is kind of cool. So there's that. The PlayStation 5 controller, I mean, not past the grip, that was pretty cool, like small feature in the grip and stuff. The light bar is a little bit different. Before the light bar was on the top and then it followed through down into the touchpad, right? But now there isn't a technical light bar on the PS5 controller. There's actually not a light bar at the top. It's only the light is on the sides of the touchpad, which is a little bit bigger. So they also have a charging dock. And when you put it on the charging dock, since there's some pins at the bottom of the controller, you put it on the charging dock, and then those lights behind the touchpad, they will light up either red, yellow, or green, so you'll know when it's done. But they showed there was the accessories, the 3D Pulse headset is pretty cool, like spatial sound and everything. Pretty minimalist look. It's sleek. It's black and white. I don't know how many people are gonna buy that. You can buy it separately. They have the HD camera where you can you can stream through the PS5 and use that camera. The one cool thing I will say about the PlayStation 5 controller is that there is a built-in mic as well as a speaker. So imagine getting the console and wanting to jump in a party, not having a good headset or anything, or not even having a headset. You didn't get a headset for the PS5. Your old your old headsets don't work for the PS5. We don't know. Most likely they're not going to, right?
I do have
Besides,
one thing about that though, is how is it gonna handle surrounding noise? Like when if it's a constant mic and it's a speaker.
that's a good question. I would assume that there would be some sort of bar, like turn it all the way up, maximum capacity for taking in sound, turn it all the way down. It's not going to take in any sound, barely turn it up. It's going to take in a little bit of sound that's closer to the controller. They probably would have some sort of software feature like that on the UI base. Um, I think that would be the case.
And it also is it a thing that's like always on and you got to go into the settings and turn it
I'm
off? Because if it's
pretty
like
sure. it's always on, and you'd have to go to the settings to turn it off, but then it'll be off until you turn it back on.
Because like multiplayer lobbies, you always have that there's that person that has their mic on, that has a ton of background noise, and it's and you're like, ugh, I just want to go in and just mute them and stuff. And there's probably gonna be a lot more of that now because of people that don't know it's on, don't really ever turn it off or think about it.
Maybe it'll come off stock.
And they say something that they weren't supposed to, or they didn't think they were being recorded or whatever, and they say something that kind of invasion of privacy. I think, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's for those that really, really budget, don't buy a mic, can't afford a mic, or something like that. That they've got that, so they don't really need it. But that's my only concern of it, is that people might not realize that it's on, say something, and have everybody hear it. That could be bad.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm not 100% sure on that, but you could be getting into the weeds with that, where it's like, oh, a privacy thing, like the whole Kinect. Everyone's like, oh, a privacy thing. We don't want to deal with that, but it's 2020. People are a little more accepting, I guess. Anyways, that's the PlayStation 5 in a nutshell. And the accessories, they don't have any accessories like the Move controller like they did before. I don't think that's a thing on this one. It's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, we've got it. We've got unboxings. It's here.
They're gonna start playing games on it. They're gonna be able to start talking about games here next couple days, next week or something.
I think King's gonna have to bend the knee for the delay. He said PlayStation 5's getting delayed. Well,
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. That it's here. It's out into the public. Got eyes on it.
I don't think so PlayStation can afford to delay it. I'm not saying that they're behind by any means. I'm sure they're gonna sell lots of consoles, but I still honestly don't think they can afford to delay it.
Oh no, yeah.
It's just one of those things. But that's the PlayStation 5 being sent, to YouTubers. It's being sent to people like Digital Foundry, GameSpot, IGN. They're doing their own things with it. Whatever the NDA say they can do.
Well, has Digital Foundry released a video of a full just in-depth breakdown?
Well, they wouldn't have done an in-depth breakdown if they're not allowed,
Yeah, NDAs and stuff. Yeah. But we'll wait for that, and we'll actually be able to see the comparisons between the two.
It was an Astros Playroom that they've done. They've done the Astros Playroom on it, and because today people are allowed to play Astros Playroom and look at the DualSense in action,
yeah,
actually what it does while you're playing a game. But they were only allowed to play Astros Playroom, and they did a video on that. So, but as far as
well, yeah, we're so close. It's just gonna be
couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. More stuff's gonna come out on either side. Right. More stuff it has to. I mean, sadly, the launch lineups aren't very big. It's not a ton. There's I think both are relying on third party or backwards compatibility to keep people entertained, but it's there's not huge major reasons to well, I guess there is. For me, there's huge major reasons to switch over to next gen because of just the hardware alone. But games wise, there's not really any next gen exclusives.
At the moment, no. Well, there's the medium that's going to come out, Deathloop I think is going to be next gen exclusive. There are some things that are going to be coming out, but as time goes on, 2021, 2022, we're going to see a lot more next gen exclusives, and eventually the Gen 8 consoles are just going to be phased out. There's that, It's just a thing. It's just going to happen. Anyways, we could also talk about, like Microsoft did send out preview units weeks ago. They have been testing on that. Back compat is a big thing that they're pushing. They did play games like Dirt 5. They have played games like Yakuza. And it's a thing where the Series X and Xbox push the envelope to start sending things out early to review to like people so they could preview it. And I think Sony caught wind of this and they wanted to send out the PS5 so people can get their eyes on it. The thing is, we watch as people nowadays, just as a population, wherever you live, a lot of us are watching YouTubers. A lot of us are following people on Twitter. We have these personalities that we.
Yes, it's very prominent, very big for everybody, and sending them out to those YouTubers you like or admire or look up to, can be a big deal of swaying somebody one way or the other.
Yeah, it can. Well, let's talk about so the whole retail units being sent out. Those are PS5 early retail units. It's not a preview like the Series X did earlier in the month. It's an actual review, right? Yes. They're actually retail units. And now Xbox is actually starting to send out retail units so people can start their reviews early, We have like 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks, yeah, until the Xbox Series X comes out. And we have 2 weeks until the PlayStation 5 comes out. Give or take a day or two, right? Either way, like technically we have 13 days, I believe, until the Series X comes out and 15 days until the PlayStation 5 comes out or something. But anyways, certain YouTubers I follow, like Randall Thor 19 and Colt Eastwood, they've gotten Series X's retail units.
Yeah, what's all coming with that? Like,
it's in the box.
Really like watched very much.
Well, it's in the box, and it's everything that's going to be in the retail box, right? They take it out. They did the unboxing. That's part of the NDA. They can't do more than an unboxing today. And they're going to start playing games on it, and they're going to start being able to tell their experiences. And I think November 5th is when they can release their full review of the console and what they think of the console. So that's what's going on with that.
Oh, yeah. There's not really much to really dive into or talk to. It's they sent out consoles, retail boxes to a bunch of people. One thing I think is funny though is the fridges, the Xbox Series X fridges they gave people. Snoop Dogg,
yeah,
it's a fridge.
Is Snoop Dogg, iJustine, I'm sure a couple other people, they've got Series X fridges sent in the mail to them, and it's freaking funny.
I think it's hilarious. They're embracing the meme. They're embracing the meme. Right. Greg, I really hope to see Greg in Halo Infinite lore.
I'm sure Greg will be in there. Well, also, when going with the fridge, on Twitter, Xbox released a preview, not a preview, it was like a premiere video about an Xbox Series X fridge. Yeah, it's a meme, but it is real. The fridge is actually real. And if you go on Twitter, right, and if you follow Xbox and share and retweet that tweet that they tweeted about 8 hours ago, it says the one, the only Xbox Series X fridge giveaway. Follow and retweet with Xbox Series X fridge sweeps for a chance to win the Xbox Series X fridge. Ends the 4th of November, next Wednesday, right?
That's awesome. Well,
They're
I
gonna be
definitely
sending
got to get on there and do that. I didn't see that tweet. I'm following Xbox with my personal Twitter and
the
BIA
BI.
Gamecast
Yes.
Twitter, but we gotta
It has
try for
almost 2
that.
million views, and the retweets are about 150,000. So good luck getting this fridge.
Well, yeah, it's luck, but wouldn't that be freaking legit? That would be awesome.
That'd be crazy if you just get a fridge sent to your house. You're like, don't need this old fridge anymore. I have a Series X fridge. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yes. But yeah, it's funny.
Xbox is embracing the memes. I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
They know what they've got. They're trying. They're putting so much into gaming. They're
They're doubling down.
doubling down. Yes, and it's just so much more great things to come.
And I think it's going to change the landscape as we know it. PlayStation 5, PlayStation, Sony, they're doing great things, but I honestly think they're not pushing the envelope as much because they've been in their comfort zone. We'll see when the PlayStation 5 comes out, we'll see what the hype's all about, right? Like obviously that console's been hyped up to no end just like the Xbox Series X has, but this one, PlayStation 5 probably more, right? We'll see what next gen's about soon. It's coming. Like it's really close,
It's pretty
and
much just around the
we'll
corner.
see if anyone stumbles, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation, or if they both thrive. If PlayStation changes their stance on something because the market changes. But we got to admit that Xbox is pushing the envelope, and they are innovating. They are doing things that are not like commonplace necessarily, and
Well, I
they're
think
trying
they've
it.
always kind of tried to do that. I mean, you have the Connect, but I think it was a little early.
Yeah. For
But
one, I think the Kinect is just not. No one. I think it could have worked if it wasn't like forced in the box. Like
yeah, yes. But now that they have the backing of Satya Nadella and Microsoft, that they're not just, oh, this is just a side project. We don't really care. We're not going to put a ton into it. But now they've got the ear Satya Nadella, and they're pushing to dominate the gaming space, and they're doing so many
right.
great things. I think.
Well, we can jump to another topic if you want.
Yeah, nothing
We
really
can
more to
talk
say on
about
that.
some exclusivity. This actually reminded me of what we were talking about with PlayStation 5 and their business practices and all.
Exclusivity on what?
Well, for one, let's just talk about all the exclusive deals we know they have, and I'm not talking about like first-party games. I'm talking about third-party games that are actually third-party that
You
there's
talking about marketing deals or like
either
specifically
or.
exclusive? Yeah, yeah, either or. Yeah.
Like the Resident Evil Village and stuff. Like I thought Deathloop was kind of funny, especially mainly when Bethesda was bought out. Like it was pretty funny, right?
You want to say that again? I think you cut out.
I was saying the whole Deathloop thing, where Deathloop is still a timed exclusive, but timed exclusive of a Bethesda game, and then Bethesda gets bought out by Microsoft,
Oh
Xbox.
yeah, and then it's still timed exclusive for the PlayStation. That is
Yeah,
funny.
there's that, and they have the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is the whole year exclusive, and then there's the Final Fantasy 16 thing that came up when they did their PlayStation 5 event, where that's probably going to be a whole year exclusive. But there's a certain game I do want to talk about, which has an exclusive deal with PlayStation, and they have for many years. It's Call of Duty. Call of Duty's
Yeah,
back in the news.
Call of Duty. Every year, Call
Well,
of Duty.
okay, let me set the stage for this. Okay, first off, ever since 2015 with Black Ops 3, they've had exclusivity with PlayStation. Like PlayStation paid them the money, the cash, said, "Here you go." Like let's be exclusive and stuff. Well, anyways, that was a DLC exclusivity for the main part and beta exclusivity. Like the beta would come out first on PlayStation, and the map packs would come out first on PlayStation, and that was a whole month. So it was like a week on the beta or 2 weeks in the beta, and it was a whole month on the map packs for the DLC. But they kind of changed their model. Like when Black Ops 4 came out, I think they changed it to like 7 days or something. But it wasn't. They had gotten rid of the season pass, like the way we knew it, like, and they got rid of the map packs in general. So it wasn't like a set time, like we're gonna get 4 map packs throughout the year type of thing. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like the season pass is a set season pass. It was actually what they call the Black Ops pass, and it was you buy the Black Ops pass so you don't have any of the DLC, right? So if you buy the Black Ops pass, then they didn't have it just felt kind of tacked on. Like you go ahead and you get the Black Ops pass, and you'll get maps just randomly throughout the year, just maps. A lot of them were just rehashed maps, like they're maps that were already in the game that they would be like, hey, this map is now a little bit flooded, you know?
Yeah, they were exclusive to PlayStation, or
No, for like 7 days they were, so they kind of cut back
yeah.
on that. But the beta has still been exclusive for the first like just a little while, like the beta's like always comes out first on PlayStation. But by the time Modern Warfare hit in 2019, they had the beta exclusivity and the maps. It wasn't a Black Ops pass because the season pass was gone. All maps were free. Like there's no map packs anymore, just like there wasn't with Black Ops 4. All maps are free, and the
Which I
same with
think is
Cold
good.
War. It's good, yeah. It doesn't divide up the player base and everything, but there's still that exclusivity where it's like, well, you still gotta wait 7 days in order to get map, like before the map drops on Xbox or PC. Well,
Which I don't think is a big deal. Like you're
it's not
paying
as
extra money for that, but I'm not like a. I
but
dropped off of
oh,
Call of Duty, so
yeah. Well, they had the whole beta. We'll just shut up about the beta exclusivity because we know beta comes first on PlayStation, anyways. And the alpha, which they've done 2 alphas. They've done 2 alphas. They did an alpha last year with Modern Warfare, and they did an alpha this year with Black Ops Cold War. Anyways, the one thing that people were talking about last year was a whole mode, a whole section of the game, a whole not like it's a sub mode. I'd call it a sub mode. Was exclusive to PlayStation, right? It was the survival. It was Spec Ops Survival. So they had Spec Ops in the game on Xbox, but then which with the missions and everything. But the Spec Ops Survival mode, which granted some people said it wasn't that great anyways, that was exclusive to PlayStation 4 for a whole year. So now on Modern Warfare, we're just able to play Spec Ops Survival. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you have
And
a whole mode exclusive. I'm not a
sub
huge
mode,
fan of
yeah,
like the third party exclusives
right.
because it's like
Well,
you're literally just cutting off your player base.
mm-hmm. Anyways, that's that. But this year with the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, they have another sub mode being exclusive for a whole year. So yeah, the maps come free. The map there is no season pass. The maps are free. They're doing that free model on the season pass but we still don't get the maps for 7 days. It's not a big deal to me. It's only 7 days. But the fact that there's a whole sub mode, again, being exclusive to PlayStation for a whole year, and this time it's zombies survival. So it's zombies.
That's
It's a
sad.
zombies mode. It's a zombies mode, but it's not your normal zombies modes. It's on multiplayer maps, and it's a survival based where you have to go through hordes, right, of
Okay, so
zombies.
it's not the main base zombie storyline
No,
because I was
it
gonna
is
say if
not
it's
made
like
based on zombie storyline. No.
okay, ooh, that would have been rough.
It's not. It's just a sub.
yeah, even then, that's like it's a little bit sad, disappointing because I'm not getting a PlayStation anytime soon. I know that, but I love zombies. Zombies is probably my favorite mode, my favorite thing to play with Call of Duty. Not too much in the multiplayer matches and all that, but zombies, I'm big on zombies. So,
Right.
but even then, a zombie survival that seems kind of fun. And is it a timed exclusive for PlayStation, or is it just
Yeah, for a whole year.
right for the whole year? It's timed exclusive.
Yeah, time exclusive for a whole year, just like the Spec Ops survival mode was. So this is zombie survival mode, and that was a Spec Ops survival mode. So if you wanted to play on the multiplayer maps, just like if you wanted to play Spec Ops survival on multiplayer maps, and you wanted to go through hordes, like Modern Warfare 3 had that. You know, you went through hordes. You went through hordes of just enemies that, and you upgrade your guns and stuff, you know. And then they had that in Advanced Warfare with this zombie survival, you know, like you just survived the hordes. It wasn't really a story base. You're surviving the hordes. I thought that was kind of fun, but now we got the whole thing with the new zombie survival mode with being exclusive for a whole year. So
Yeah.
on Xbox, I'm probably gonna buy the game, you know, on Xbox. Play Cold War on Xbox. I won't be able to play that mode, but oh well.
Oh, as long as it's not the main zombies, because I was gonna say if it was a main zombies, that would have been devastating. Because zombies
Right.
is huge, and it's like, especially for me, I prefer that over even the main multiplayer. So it's just, but I think it's something cool to add on. And if you're a PlayStation fan, PlayStation player, plays exclusively on PlayStation, or you even have a PlayStation and you love zombies, that's just a little extra mode you can play. You know, get in with your friends or whatever, and just try to survive as much as possible. I remember the old Call of Duties, just trying to do that, survive waves of enemies, to see how far you could get.
Right. Well, that's that topic. So I think we got one more topic before we talk about what we've been playing and what we're gonna play, and you know, just
Yeah.
anyways. So Ubisoft Connect is a new service by Ubisoft. So anyone who's tried Uplay, right, or have Ubisoft Club and all these different things Ubisoft have done over the years, right? Well, it's all changing, right? Okay, Ubisoft Club and Uplay were different things, right? Uplay was mainly desktop. It was a desktop PC app. Ubisoft Club was on any Ubisoft game. It was a club thing where you could, you know, achievements, points, you know, like you do. It was with the whole Ubisoft account and stats leaderboards, you know. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, they've changed that. They've changed that to Ubisoft Connect. So instead of having Uplay, the Uplay app and Ubisoft Club, it's a Ubisoft Connect, where they come together, the Uplay and Ubisoft Club, and change to Ubisoft Connect, where it's actually going to be a cross-play environment. Like, so it says Ubisoft Connect account can be accessed on console and streaming services in the form of PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Nintendo Switch, and Google Stadia through the game menu. Users need to download Ubisoft Connect to access it on PC, while a mobile app is available for iOS and Android. Okay, they say the gaming universe is being increasingly connected. You know, like they want to introduce cross-play and cross-progression in its games, right? And that's what this is. This is a cross-play and cross-progression being added to the whole Ubisoft, you know, like service and the whole Ubisoft ecosystem. People who love Ubisoft games, it's actually supposed to be a step up, you know, and it's going to
Yeah.
be their games are going to be crossplay. All their games that do this, anything Ubisoft Connect, which is going to be all their new games, they're going to be crossplay. You're going to be able to play on the cloud for any type of cloud services they're on, like Game Pass, Stadia. You know, you're gonna be play on the PC with Stadia, PC, and
That's pretty cool.
any
Like,
like
yeah, I never really got into the Uplay. I never really like cared for it. I didn't think it was very good, anyways. I didn't play much like Ubisoft games though. The ones I did was like Assassin's Creed. Uh, but I just didn't think it was. There's nothing like stood out about it. It was just meh. But I think it's kind of cool that they're trying to integrate new stuff into it and actually trying to do more and have all that cross play and stuff. That's good. That's pretty cool.
well, we've seen crossplay. Let's actually talk about crossplay for a little bit. We've seen it grow a lot bigger, right?
Oh
Modern
yeah.
Warfare 2019 comes out last year, and it's the first Call of Duty that's freaking crossplay, dude. You can actually play with people on PC. You can play with people on Xbox and PlayStation, whatever you're on, you know, where the game came out. So that was really cool to see a company that I didn't know would ever embrace that, actually embrace that. And the fact that PlayStation is actually starting to allow this more and more, that it's just the future. People want to play the games they want to play with their friends, despite the fact that you own a PS4 and I own an Xbox One. Despite the fact that I like to play on PC, but you play on console. You know what I mean? People want to be able to play together, and they don't want these invisible barriers just saying, "Nope, pay this amount of money to do this," and but you don't like to play on console. That doesn't matter. The only way you can play with your friend is if you buy a console and play on the same console he's playing. Like you have to play on the PlayStation 4 if he owns a PlayStation 4, the Xbox One if he owns an Xbox One. You know
I'm
what I mean?
so
Like,
glad that's going away. I am so glad
yeah.
because it's it just doesn't make sense to have those barriers. You want to bring everyone together. That's what gaming
It's about.
is about. You
Yeah.
bringing people together to have fun, and even if you're like a single player guy or whatever, single player person,
Well, this thing is a lot of Ubisoft games are single player. It's called cross progression, dude.
and that
This is
like I said, adding that onto it is really freaking awesome. But
yeah.
even if you mainly like single player games, there are a lot of those single player games that have co-op kind of
Things going on with it.
yeah, that have
Modes,
co-op
whatever.
modes, and occasionally you do like to kind of play with your friends or play with somebody else, uh, and being able to do that without needing to have the same console or hardware or whatever it is, and the cross progression, or say you go over to a friend's house and you log in on their console or whatever, you have that cross progression, or you log in on their PC or whatever. It's I'm glad they're doing more with it. They're actually trying, because Uplay I never really did much with that, or like I said, it wasn't really.
Well, the thing is, Uplay hasn't even been that big, really, and they have to do a revamp. And this is the first step. And if it still doesn't get big, they're gonna have to figure out other things. But this is a revamp of Uplay. It's like, okay, this is Uplay anywhere, pretty much. It's like
Yeah,
Uplay is a service that they've had, you know, on
I
the
like that.
piece.
Why don't they name that Uplay Anywhere?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but it's like EA. You see EA Play. It hasn't been super big, massive. They've changed it. Well, it used to be like EA Access or something, and then it changed to like EA Play, right? Anyways, they added that in the Game Pass to try to get more eyes on EA Play, and it's like it isn't even necessarily easy to compete on these subscription-based services, and you have to do things that are pushing the envelope. You have to follow trends, you know, like
Yeah, because it's
Xbox.
like if you don't have something and then everybody or a few people do that's big, they're gonna go to what has the more, let's say, bang for your buck, or the more features, or stuff like that. And if you don't have something that some other services do, and they have all what you have, but they have more, they're gonna go to what has more. It's you got, like you said, you got to be pushing the envelope. You got to be trying, innovating, and you can't just sit
Well,
and let
I'll
be
bring
in the
up a
dust.
quote. I'll bring up a quote, or not an exact quote. But something Phil Spencer said is that he wants to get more single player games, and that a lot of the Xbox teams, all these, they're going to be making more games that are single player. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, the single player games, they know they're lacking. You have to look at what you're lacking at, and you have to take a hold of that, and you got to do better. Like, they know they're lacking on single player games,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's content.
they're lacking. They're not throwing out what they have. They're just trying to get so much more. They're trying to become just the central all around gaming box or gaming platform. Not really the gaming box, but the gaming platform where no
Right,
matter what game you love or what type of genre or type of game you love, Xbox is gonna have it.
right. That's what they want to do. Like, the third person action adventure not RPGs, third person action adventure, the older over the shoulder games, the mature titles, they do want to hit that market. And the initiative is their start. They do want to hit that market. They know they're lagging behind the competition. They know people want that. So they want to fill in gaps. I think here Ubisoft is trying to fill in some gaps.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I see as a good thing because if it's how much is it, or is it like a free thing?
Well, Uplay technically is gonna be gone, but I think that's still a subscription service. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just know, like, they're merging the two and changing the name to Connect. But I think Uplay isn't necessarily going to go away. I think they're still going to have their subscription based on the PC like they have been, where you can play the Ubisoft games. I just think it's being changed to Ubisoft Connect. But I also think just having an account, you still get some features of Ubisoft Connect without having a subscription service.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but and
but
then there's club rewards and points that you earn.
yeah.
And
See,
like chat
that's
you
really good. The
do.
more bang for your buck, like I said last week, reward people for playing, reward people for being
Yeah,
in your ecosystem and on your platform. Then they're more likely gonna stay there.
it's true. But we talked about crossplay and we talked about cross progression. What about cloud saves? See, that has to do with cross progression too. But like cloud saves, people want to they want to have the security. They want to know that their saves are being backed up in the cloud. You know what I mean? They want to know that they can be on a PC, jump over to their Xbox or PlayStation,
Yeah,
and
of
play
course,
the
and
game, load it up where you were, type of deal. Like, you playing Dirt 5, just if this is just an example. I don't know if Dirt 5 does the whole cross progression, cross play, cloud save thing. You're playing Dirt 5 on your PlayStation 5, move over to your Xbox Series X, and you just right where you left off. That's where we want to be ultimately.
yes, and oh, sorry. Yes, and the thing is, like, when it was going around that PlayStation games, we didn't know, and I don't know if we still know if some of them are going to have the saves cross over. It's like, okay, next gen's almost here. I'm getting the PlayStation 5. Do I want to start this game that just came out, or do I want to start this game on PlayStation 4 and then have to just completely restart on the PlayStation 5 or wait or
Yeah, you don't
whatever?
want
And
to
then
have to restart.
it's yeah, you
Like
don't
Yakuza,
want to have to restart. That's
like buy Yakuza on the PlayStation 4 when it comes out. in November, don't finish the game, but you want to get a PlayStation, but you have a PlayStation 5, but then the game comes out on PlayStation 5, right? You want to play the game, but you have to restart.
That's probably just gonna turn you off. It's like, okay, it's not worth it. Either I finish on PlayStation 4, or I'm just like, oh, I just don't care anymore. It's just things
Exactly.
like that. It turns people off of it, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Well, that was the topic of the Ubisoft Connect and what I knew about it. But you can
I didn't
jump
know
into
very
what we.
much. Yeah, I didn't know very
Yeah.
much. That's just my thoughts on what you were saying and everything. So, yeah, let's get into what we've been playing. Uh, what were we planning on playing? What we've been doing and everything. So,
Well, you start and then I'll end.
all right. Well, I haven't been doing much, playing much. Like I said, I've been sick. I've played a little bit of the Long Dark. Mostly, I've been trying to set up this stream and my other stream and do stuff with that, but working and not feeling very well. Uh, I haven't really been doing very
Well,
much this week, but I do want
I'll
to.
ask you this.
What was
No,
that?
you do want to do what? You do want to do what?
I do. I am trying to get more into streaming or making videos on the Long Dark or 7 Days to Die. Just making videos, but like I said, not feeling very well, not having very much time, and my main focus is trying to do this podcast. So trying to get this all set up and everything. But
Well,
uh, yeah, that's really it for me.
what would you want to play? Like, if you weren't sick, if you had this figure, if you got the podcast and the streaming, and you had time, if you had that figured out and you had time, what would you want to play?
Well, there's one thing that I'm excited for that actually the Long Dark is having a new mode come out for Halloween.
Hmm,
Uh,
awesome.
I can't remember what it was. It was called, but Stalker in the Night, something like that. I think so, and it's. I think it might actually be out now. Uh,
Probably.
I think it
Halloween's
is. It is out now, and it's going towards the 12th of November. So
so you
I
can be
I'm
able to
pro-
play.
I'm pro- I actually really want to stream that, and I think I might stream that. Try to
Crazy
try to
Gaming.
beat that. Yeah, Crazy Mate Gaming on YouTube. Try to beat that. See what I can do, cause uh, it'll be a challenge, but it'll be fun. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what you've been playing, and that's what you're looking forward to.
Yeah,
Well,
that's really it.
I've been playing. I've been kind of in a mode lately where I've just been wanting to play mostly just Call of Duty. I mean, after the beta was done last week, and we went back and I played a lot of their older games. Like I played World War II a decent amount. I played Black Ops 4. I played a little bit of Ghost, and I've been playing Infinite Warfare because I always play that game. It feels like. But So I've probably pretty much only been playing Call of Duty for the most part, which is fine, but I think I'm gonna move away from that. I think I've got my fill of Call of Duty until Cold War comes out, and I think I'm gonna jump into Reckoning again and play. I never finished that game, by the way. But
Re-reckoning. You gonna get
re
jump into
I'm gonna put.
re-reckoning? Heck yeah, dude.
I already bought Re-Reckoning a few weeks back, and I meant to play it, but then the whole Cold War betas started happening. Never got around to it. I'm gonna jump into that game and I'm gonna play it until it's done. At least that's the plan.
Heck yeah, dude. You got the DLC, both the DLC maps for that?
Well, that comes with Re-Reckoning, and
Yeah.
then if you buy the DLC version, the $10 more version, then you get the new DLC that comes out next year. And I did buy that.
Gosh, dude, you want me to jump back? Now I'm thinking about jumping back into that because I had
Yeah,
a lot of fun, and I think I have Reckoning on my PC, so I don't know
yeah,
if
the
I like.
DLCs and everything.
Yeah, I got all the DLCs. I might try to finish that just regularly on my PC because it still looks fine.
Or
It's still fun. or on my Xbox do the Re-Reckoning and see the difference. But I only own the S, so
True.
which is
But once I log on, once I do the whole game share, finish the game share thing, add my account, and then you'll be able to play the Re-Reckoning version because I bought it.
like yeah, gotta finish that, figure that out, and do that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But that's what I've been playing, and I'm obviously looking forward to also the console. I have the Series S coming in the mail. It's obviously hasn't shipped yet, but it's gonna be coming in the mail. Hopefully, gonna get it only a few days after release. It's not gonna be on day one, but I can't wait for the load times. I can't wait for the increased frame rates. And as far as I understand from what I saw, I think PUBG is going to be 60 frames per second, even on the Series S.
Ooh, is
Despite
that?
the fact, huh?
I wish that was cross play. I wish I could play with you on my PC.
Right, dude.
That would be
That's the
amazing.
whole thing. Crossplay would be amazing on that game. Like being able to play PC versus Xbox, or
I miss
PlayStation.
playing that game with you, bro.
Yeah, we should get on some PUBG sometime on the Xbox at least.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, gotta finish Gears, I think.
Yeah, we still got to finish Gears, but yeah, I'm looking forward to next gen. I really am. I'm gonna play the medium when that comes out. I think that's gonna be in December, as far as I can tell. Um, I'm not gonna play Cyberpunk this year, but I'm not getting a PlayStation 5 this year. Maybe next year. I don't know. I still got a lot of life in my PlayStation 4. I feel like still have a lot of PlayStation games that I haven't played that I want to play. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's it for today. Uh, so come back next week, but first, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow BIA Gamecast on Twitter at a Gamecast. It's at a Gamecast. And tune in every week. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We hope you have a good day, a good night, or whatever you listen to.
Also,
And
go
enjoy
ahead
gaming.
and follow Infinite AA on Twitter at Infinite AA117. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That's my Twitter account. You can go Infinite AA Gaming. Is my YouTube channel. I'll be posting YouTube videos hopefully here soon. And Crazy Mate Gaming YouTube channel.
Yeah, Crazy Mate Gaming for the Long Dark. I've just gotta get it together. Once I get better, feeling better, be streaming the new mode, Stalker in the Night. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, Stalker in the Night for the Long Dark.
7 Days to Die.
Yeah, come join me and have some fun. Let's have some fun. And most importantly, enjoy gaming, guys.